if
really.
a really... The Zerg can get away with its third base really easily, more easily than on the previous map. Much easier to get your third base, and then you can pocket expand once you've taken down the rocks. So Zerg's happy for quite a while on bases, but once it goes to the fifth base, while Protoss tries to take their fourth, which they can quite easily, Zerg's a bit screwed, because there isn't enough airspace for things like Mutalisks here either. That's why swarm hosts are so strong here. They just keep barreling down on the third or fourth base.
I mean, the third base is very exposed air-wise, but everything else is pretty hard to get in there, get behind them. These second and fourth bases here, there's not really any space behind the minerals. Very little.
Yeah, very little indeed. It's just...
It is very easy to dart into the main though, all this dead space here.
Yeah, but 2 cannons or 3 cannons, and by the time the Mutaflock gets big enough to deal with buildings, there will probably be Templar Archives and things like that, or Blink Stalkers, and blinking about this base setup is really, really nice. Because everything's really close together, there's just cliffs in the way. Stalkers don't care about cliffs. Stalkers give no cares for your architecture.
No, Blink Stalkers are very effective, especially with the mothership now, as you don't even need a robo to get the vision. You can get there so quickly.
Just that, the mothership core has changed everything so much.
It has. It's made everything faster for Protoss, basically.
Yeah, and Protoss can just safely expand and go, you're not going to attack me for a minute. I don't care.
I have a mothership core, so screw you.
You're not going to attack me for a minute, and during that minute, I'm going to shoot you from the sky, which you can't do anything about.
Yeah, it is good if you can get it out quick enough and go and harass the drones a little bit. It is really nice.
That's really horrible, and I will stab any player who does that to me.
It's a good strategy. As soon as the Queen comes out, it's like impossible. But
yeah, it just recalls.
Yeah, I mean,
or
it
it just
can get out of there
floats into
safely.
dead space.
It can't do any more damage by that point. But if the Queen is delayed, then you can get quite a lot of damage done.
I do want to point out though, the probe running about in PureFazz Natural got picked off. It was just running in a circle and it didn't realise it was about to die, and it died. So there's no map control now for Dark Captain, and PureFazz can happily take his natural and then take a third. The Gateway Expand has come up for Dark Captain, but it's not nearly as strong as it was last game.
No, it's
what happened last game?
It's a lot slower, and he doesn't have a cannon this time.
Yeah, and he doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have a block sort of at the top of his ramp either. This is sort of very exposed. He'll need 2 or 3 zealots to safely block this off. So even just a 6 or 8 ling run by here, there's gas to get speed. Can just go up there and prance about whatever it wants. Leave 4 lings at the natural, 4 run into the main base, scout everything, kill a couple of probes. Happy days.
I mean, he can get a sentry out and very easily stop them getting up the ramp, but the natural is very exposed. And that pylon's not placed brilliantly. It's
no.
You're not going to.
It's really not.
It's on the front lines, and that's never a good idea for a pylon. But Robobay's just come down.
Yeah, he does like this really quick Robobay, doesn't he? 2 gates into Robobay just immediately. But he's only just started his second gas. He's only just started building, so he's quite low on it.
Yeah, I mean, he could go straight for the gas at the natural as well, and it pick up pretty quickly, but it is quite delayed. And PureFazz is going for Banelings again.
Yeah, so I love Banelings,
Banelings
but not a good choice.
Not a good choice. They're more effective this time.
Yeah, this map they'll be more difficult to make effective as well because of the tight spaces. And all the walls that the Protoss can sort of hug while they force field around them, and Banelings just can't get in.
Yeah, it's not a great map for them, to be honest.
No. Mines
see.
are really, really good. Just baneling mines in sort of the straights down the middle. Those two attack paths.
That's really effective.
Yeah.
I'm always terrified when I'm just wandering along with my army and suddenly they blow up.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell even just happened? I didn't even see it. But half my army's gone.
If you can bait them into it with an overlord.
Yes.
If you can bait 6 or 7 stalkers over it with an overlord, the whole army ends up walking over because they just go, hey, overlord, A move, and then you detonate everything, everything dies. As long as there isn't an observer.
Yes, which there is now.
However, it's moving out to the right-hand side of the map. Do you see 2 Lings taking Zelnaga tower control?
Yeah.
Doesn't really do much here.
No, these towers on this map are not actually that helpful.
They're really good in late game because you can keep an eye on 5ths quite easily. 4ths and 5ths.
Yeah, for spotting bases, but I mean, not even spotting drops because they can easily go behind.
Yeah,
that. It's just
they do. Yeah, they catch run-bys though, so that's useful.
They don't spot the middle of the map either, so he's got overlords dotted all over it.
Yeah, he's got a good overlord coverage at the moment, but he does need to move this overlord in the dead space next to Dark Captain's main in and see what's going on again.
Yes,
there's a warp prism coming up.
Warp prism's about to come out, which is very different to what we're used to. I was expecting those immortals to start popping out.
Yeah,
no.
4 immortal push with +1/+1 would have been painful again. And we do see the +1/+1, and then a few sentries and zealots. But I'm not sure where he wants to go with this. And I really want him to sentry drop, because those are really, really cool. But he's just going to fly it out.
Oh, yep, he's not picking anything up, he's just heading out. We'll see what he does with it. At the moment,
I don't think he
PureFazz
realises
is ahead in army by quite a lot.
He's slightly behind in economy. However, this warp prism has been more than spotted. Let's hope he looked at the minimap.
It's just gone past like 3 overlords. It's
So okay, the Lings did see it. That's good.
Yeah.
He does need to move a queen round.
Yeah, there's one here that's just put the creep tumor in that could easily just go over there. And he's morphing an overseer for some reason.
Deal with observers.
I guess so.
Or
I mean,
DTs.
Maybe he spotted that observer, I don't know.
That, and it could be DT drop, which is terrifying.
It could be, you don't know that. It's not, but it could have been.
Yeah. Also, sentries
at
the back of
Colossus.
Yeah, sentries at the back of natural, tickling this overlord away. They will not quite get it. Survives on 8 health. But it does see the natural, it does see a lot of sentry. Jeez. It's 13 sentries.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot going on. I don't know if...
What is going on?
If they're going to be that effective, really, because without an army to back it up, sentries are pretty damn weak.
Also, the observer did get taken out.
Yes, it
Thanks to the overseer. However, these Lings are moving out, which is really not good.
With a drone as well. Where's that drone going?
4th.
It's going to put the...
Oh, no, it's going for a 3rd.
Put the 3rd down. Okay.
The warp prism is being deployed. And called 5 zealots.
This is going to be quite a problem.
Yeah, this is also a really hard space for Lings to fight them. It's quite tight, quite cramped. There do need to be more injects, and there needs to be a transfuse.
Oh, the queen goes down, and the second
He's still not seen them.
As well.
He's only just seen them.
Oh dear, and his big Ling army is heading in now. Oh, so many banelings, but they're not going to get in.
Nope. This is quite a disaster.
So many force fields, it's crazy.
These force fields will go on for days and days and days. There is no breaking the front of this.
Oh, he was a bit slow there. A couple of banelings got in.
But he's lost his natural mineral line in the meantime.
All the drones here. How many drones have died? 13 so far.
He does get up, but there's not enough banelings to do anything. All the sentries die. That's a bonus.
That's a good thing because he can. I mean, he can easily rebuild his Lings and banelings and go in again. And
that was like 1300 gas. However, he doesn't have enough larvae at the moment. He doesn't have a natural, basically.
No, losing those queens was a big disadvantage.
He doesn't have the production to keep up with the Lings to deal with the 1/1 Zealots. He does have
one
plus.
himself? Yeah.
He has +1. Does he have 1/1?
Yes,
he does. And he's getting +2 attack. There's +2 attack coming up for Dark Captain as well. But once the Colossi are out, especially with Thermal Lance coming out, and a pylon wall
is actually gonna up 2 muters. Yeah. The hatchery will go down, I'm afraid, but the Zealots will fall as well.
I appreciate that he is trying to do sort of Ling Muta Baneling, but he's not getting the mutas fast enough really, and he's not getting extra bases up fast enough. He's basically doing 2 base muta, which doesn't work.
No, you don't have the gas for that. But at that point, he didn't. Lings were not going to clean that up, so he did need them there.
No. And not only do you not have the gas for it, you don't have the larva for it, or the minerals. You need 3 bases, while the Protoss is on 2, to even contest them with Lings and hold them on their side of the map. Because we see, what is this? This is 10 Stalkers, 3 Sentries, 5 Zealots, and a Colossus.
Yep, this is going to be a big problem now. PureFazz has nothing.
4 Mutalisks, 4 Lings.
Almost nothing.
And 2 drones just ran into the meat grinder. A lot of drones just ran into the meat grinder.
Oh dear.
And the mutas just popped.
I mean,
2 Lings to the meat grinder. 2 more mutas to the meat grinder.
Larva
to the meat
gonna
grinder.
Go down.
Lings to the meat ramp.
Just these Lings aren't going to get barely even hitting anymore. It's just not worth it. Got these 3 spines, will delay it a tiny bit, but they're going to go down pretty damn fast.
PureFazz is not able to deal with the early aggression at this point. He needs to switch up the strategy and build something else for the next 3 games, because this early aggression, he's not able to deal with it doing this muta style.